following presentation of the National Football League on NFL Network.
Winning is not a sometimes thing.
It's an all-the-time thing.
You don't win once in a while. You don't do things right once in a while.
You do them right all the time.
Any man's finest hour.
His greatest fulfillment.
To all he holds dear. Is that moment
when he's worked his heart out
and lies exhausted
on a field of battle.
Victorious.
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 Steps up. Now towards a deep ball. He's got a hole. He's got a first down. Out of the tackle. Cut back. Busted it up the middle.
Maybe the proudest set of parents in America. Jack and Jackie Harbaugh with youngest son Jim, soon to be joined by 15 months the senior John. NFL history made here tonight. The Harbaugh brothers, the first pair of brothers to go head-to-head as NFL head coaches. There's the family photo on this family night, Thanksgiving. Little did we know it would be this good as far as the rankings and the standings. San Francisco closing in on the NFC West title. Baltimore right now has the advantage over Pittsburgh in the AFC North. Welcome, everybody. Brad Nessler with Mike Mayock, and a very happy Thanksgiving to all of you. It is about family on Thanksgiving, and if you've ever had a brother, and I've got one, and you've got several.
I got a bunch.
Yeah, you got a bunch. These two guys take it to a whole other level tonight, partner.
Yeah, and I've known this family for years, and I was looking through news clips all week long. What's the right way to define the differences between the two brothers? And there's a guy named Matt Weiss. He's John Harbaugh's assistant. He used to be Jimmy's assistant at Stanford. Matt Weiss said if you present a brick wall to Jimmy Harbaugh, he's going to bust right through the middle of it. You present John with that same wall, he'll find 3 different ways around it. Now, Jimmy has an edge. John's a little more political, but trust me, the fire burns brightly, and they're both as good at competitors I've ever seen.
There's no getting around the fact that John Harbaugh is 24-5 in his 3+ years here at home.
Yep.
During that stretch, they give up less than 2 touchdowns a game. So how do the 49ers attack it tonight?
Same prescription that got them to 9-1. They are an old school field position deep. Run the football, stop the run. Your punter's the best net punter in football. Most importantly, they are plus 17 in turnover differential. They both want to get this game into the 4th quarter. And partner, we're going to see who blinks first.
All right, the third member of our family on this Thanksgiving, Alex Flanagan on the field. Alex.
Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Well, the Baltimore Ravens will be without middle linebacker Ray Lewis tonight. They will also be without his backup, Donnell Ellerbe. So starting in their place, Brendan Ayanbadejo tonight. You guys, Ray Lewis telling me that he wanted to go. It was a coach's decision. They don't want to further injure his toe. It is not, he says, a season-ending injury. They'll have to find somebody to replace what he does on the field and off of it, Brad.
One thing they've got going for him, as Terrell Suggs told us, when Ray's not in there, Ed Reed is second in command. And he's a 7-time Pro Bowler. That helps in the back end. So the Ravens 7-3, the 49ers 9-1. And on this third game on this Thanksgiving, this is anything but leftovers. We're going to call this the main course.
9-1, 7-3 Nets. You got it, pal.
Baltimore will receive. Joe Flacco waiting in the wings on the sideline as David Akers has got it teed up. Ravens have won 15 of their last 16 at home, including 7 straight. 49ers perfect on the road. Here we go. Tom Zibikowski bobbles it in the end zone. And Flacco will come out at the 20-yard line. Joe's been very, very good at home. 15 of the last 16. And there's his numbers. He's had 7 really good games, Cameron told us. Just a couple that were a little bit off. Nonetheless, he's been very sharp as of late.
And Brad, I think what they'd like to see from him, he's at 55% on the season. They'd like to see a little bit more efficiency in their pass offense. And let's not forget number 27, Ray Rice, their best football player on offense.
So offside on the kick, and 5-yard penalty. Gives him a little bit better opening spot here at the 25-yard line. Rice, the single setback, and that's Vontae Leach who's going to join him the fullback, the big fella in the backfield. And Rice will follow him. And he'll take it for 3 or 4 before he stops by Navarro Bowman. Offensively, Matt McKinney on the left side. Grubbs, the 14-year veteran. Matt Burke at center. On the other side, Yonda and Michael Orr. Dixon, an excellent tight end. Anquan Bolden. And Torrey Smith, the big play man recently. Vontae Leach, the fullback. And Ray Rice, the tail. The leading rusher and receiver for the Ravens, Ray Rice. He's going to get the call again. Got to the 30, but that's it. Maybe the 31 on second effort as Bowman made the stop. Defensively for the 49ers, this has been a very stingy group. Number 1 in the league in points allowed defensively. McDonald and Harrelson, Patrick Willis, and Navarro Bowman, as good of young inside linebackers as you're going to find. Brooks, Brown, and in the back end, Rogers, Dante Whitner, and Deshaun Goldson. Rogers, 5 interceptions in that secondary for the 49ers. First third down of the ball game. Flacco fires across the middle, complete, and on the run is Anquan Bolden all the way into 49er territory, the 47-yard line. So on third down, they pick up 22.
And a great job by Michael Orr at right tackle. Watch him push him right by, and Flacco will step up inside. That's Ahmad Brooks. He steps up. The timing of the play is excellent. Anquan Bolden works the middle of the field as well as any wide receiver in football. And Brad, what they're excited about is with Torrey Smith and Lee Evans, they've got verticality and speed like they've never had before.
Torrey Smith to the top of your screen. Flacco's looking that way. And the slant is Bolden again down to the 31-yard line. Anquan Bolden back-to-back catches, good for 33 yards. 22 on the first one and 11 there.
Yeah, in the NFL, Brad, is all about matchup football. Watch what happens when Bolden is going to move inside the linebacker right here. That's a win for him. You got a linebacker, Brooks, stem him outside, come back inside.
A first down at the 31-yard line. Opening drive. Flacco, deep drop, has plenty of time, goes short to Ray Rice. Only got a yard. Patrick Willis made the tackle. 49ers defensively, they've been so good this year. Number 1 in points allowed, takeaways. You talked about it in the open, and only 74 yards they give up on the ground per game. That takeaways is phenomenal.
Yeah, and you know what? That triumvirate of statistics adds up to 9-1.
Yes, it does. Second down and 9, just outside the 30. Rice wraps both hands around the ball and now cuts outside, and he's got a first down at the 20.
Hey, Brad, they went unbalanced, and we talk about personnel groupings and scheme and all the rest of that. This is a tight end back here, 2 tackles over here, unbalanced to the left, and now Vontae Leach is going to lead him up on the backer. You got to get Patrick Willis blocked, which is exactly what happens. Really good cut by Ray Rice. He's one of my favorite football players in the entire league.
Ricky Williams checks in. Torrey Smith in motion. It'll be Ricky giving Ray Rice a breather, and he's not going to get anything.
And it was interesting, Brad, talking yesterday to Ray Rice. And Ray Rice said to us, it's okay if I'm not in on first and second down. It's kind of cool to have Ricky Williams around.
Right.
But I want to be in on that money down where I can either run it or catch it on third down.
Well, he's their leading rusher with over 660 yards, and is their leading receiver coming in with 51 catches. He's out right now on second down and long, and Ricky Williams stays in there. 8th play of the opening drive for the Ravens. Joe Flacco stands tall, delivers over the middle. Oh, and what a hit. Incomplete. Ricky Williams got leveled by Patrick Willis. 49ers don't give up a lot of points on opening drives, and they're trying not to give up any here. This is a big-time hello Thanksgiving Day hit.
Yeah, Ricky already had dropped the football, but I think you underscored it perfectly there, Brad. It's the ferocity of the hit which defines Patrick Willis.
You shouldn't be able to be that big, that young, and that fast. It's just not fair. 4-time Pro Bowler in his 5th year heading to another one, I'm sure. 3rd down and 10. Flacco, a little bit of pressure this time. Joe's got a scramble, throws incomplete. And he had Ahmad Brooks draped all over him.
And I'm okay with that. I'm a big believer in the red zone, Brad. Protect against sacks, protect against turnovers, and I have no problem with you throwing this football away. Brooks is all over you. Understand the down and distance. Maybe he got a little piece of the face mask with that one finger. Could have called that, but at the end of the day, you've got a 40-yard field goal attempt, and I give Flacco credit for making the right decision.
Billy Cundiff last year went to his first Pro Bowl. There's his numbers on the year. This will be a 39-yard field goal attempt. Trying to get points on the opening drive on their home field. Cundiff kick on the way and good. A little over 4.5 minutes into the game. Jim Harbaugh and his 49er offense will go to work when we come back. Right now, John's Ravens have a lead of 3-0. Alex Smith comes out for the first time with a 49er offense. And if there's a guy that's a candidate for comeback player of the year, I don't know of a better one, having a sensational season after 6 very tough years at times.
Couldn't be happier for him. 13 touchdowns against 4 interceptions. He's played at a very high level this entire season.
Delaney Walker comes out as a wide receiver on the near side. He's the motion man on 1st down. Smith on the bootleg, throws complete. And it's Vernon Davis, the other tight end. Pickup of a couple. Vernon Davis, their leading receiver. That's his 40th catch of the season. Ravens, no points allowed on the opening drive in the last 18 regular season games. That's pretty stingy.
Oh, yeah. And there's going to be some extra pressure up front. Lanata, Cody, and Redding, because keep in mind, Ray Lewis is not playing in this football game.
Frank Gore, a single set back behind Smith. Alex, a quick drop and throws complete out to the near side to Crabtree, but he's knocked out of bounds. Pick up of 5 offensively for the 49ers, who come in averaging just under 26 points a game. Here's the guys that protect Alex Smith up front. We talked about the tight ends. They use 3 at times, Davis and Walker included. Crabtree just caught that ball, and Braylon Edwards on the other side. And Frank Gore is having a sensational season. Almost 900 yards on the ground. Opening 3rd down for the 49ers, and the fans letting them hear about it. Here comes the blitz. Smith's in trouble. Heading to the sideline. He won't get there. He'll lose a yard. Tom Zivakowski came up from his safety spot to make the hit. And it's 3-and-out Niners.
Yeah, the key to this play is Suggs. They call him Sizzle on the edge. Beat the left tackle. Watch what happens here with Suggs coming off the edge. Sizzle's going to beat Staley with a hesitation move. Really good dip. It forces Smith out of the pocket.
So 3-and-out. Andy Lee punting like an all-pro so far this season for his first kick, and he blasts this one. Ladarius Webb way back at the 5-yard line. Made the first man miss. Didn't even get to the 10, though. Nice job by Costanzo down there on the special teams to make the stop. Jim and John Harbaugh going head-to-head tonight with their family here to watch it. Something special on this Thanksgiving.
You don't do it that way. Attack this day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Guys, who has it better than us? Nobody.
Our players are starting to say that. Hey, Steve Bisciotti said that to me the other day. You know, it's rubbing off.
Who's got it better than us?
Nobody! Who does have it better than us,
right?
Jack and Jackie Harbaugh, and there's their boys, separated by 15 months. John, the older, on the right, Jim on the left, attacking this Thanksgiving night with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. Straight up the middle. Ray Rice for about a yard. These two guys have been going at it. Shared the same room for 16 years. They had to draw a line in the middle, and that got crossed several times. There's their colleges, Miami, Ohio, Michigan. 15 years Jim played quarterback. 4th season as a head coach for John. He's made the playoffs all 3 times, and Jim, having come over from an Orange Bowl victory at Stanford and a successful college reign there, and now in his first season has turned this 49er franchise from 6-10 last year to 9-1. Second down and 9. Rice finds a little bit of room to run. Patrick Lomas and Navarro Bowman, the 2 inside linebackers, made the stop. Again, the photo albums, all the years that Jack was a head coach, both high school and the college level, an assistant in a lot of different places. There's Joni, by the way. We haven't mentioned her yet. And if you don't think she's part of the sports family, Joni is married to Tom Crean, who's the basketball coach at Indiana. Can you imagine the get-togethers?
Oh, I can.
There's always a ball in the air someplace.
I'm a coach's son, and I've got 4 brothers that played college football, and every one of us thinks we were the best.
They're down at 2. Flacco, quick throw over Anquan Bolden's head. He's looking for a flag and doesn't get one. So now the Ravens will have to punt on a 3-and-out.
Yeah, they went to the well 3 times there. Remember, they got Bolden twice on the first drive. They came back on a key 3rd down situation, and Brooks and Whitner had him bracketed.
Sam Cook averaging a career high 47 yards a kick, set to punt. That's Ginn back deep again inside his own 35. High kick, fair catch, taken back at the 31-yard line. 49ers will have their second possession after they had a 3-and-out the first time around. They trail by 3 here in the first quarter in Baltimore. Thursday Night Football brought to you by Need for Speed, the run, race for your life, in stores now. And by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Here we go. National Aquarium here in Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Dolphins are having fun. They would have had fun had they not lost on the last play of the game today to the Cowboys. The other Dolphins I'm talking about. 49ers, their own 32-yard line. They lead the league with the best starting field position. It's right about in here. Gore for 4. Garrett Johnson, the outside linebacker, made the stop.
And Brad, this is kind of what this game is going to morph into. And, you know, in the first series there, Jimmy called 3 passes and they punted the football. This time, what they really want to do is run the football, play action, and set up special personnel groups.
There's going to be a point where you're going to get your nose blooded a little bit tonight.
And both coaches and both teams know that. You're exactly right.
Second down at 6. The backs, Norris and Gore, split now behind Alex Smith, changing things up. Going to have to hurry. Play clock at 1. They got the snap. Gore trying to follow his blockers, brings it up to the 40 for 4. But it's a couple of yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down at 2.
Now, did that look familiar to you, Brad, that play? That's the old Green Bay Packers sweep.
I was going to say, is that Jimmy Taylor and Paul Hornung, or what is that?
It might as well be. Watch both guards, here and here. Bing, bing. Watch them. You got a trapper and you got a rapper. 68 is Snyder. He gets up in the hole. Good cut. And this is what San Francisco's okay with. 3rd and 2. They're content with that.
Somewhere Jerry Kramer is smiling.
How about Fuzzy?
Fuzzy, too.
Yeah.
They're down at 2. At the 40. And timeout, 49ers.
Oh, yeah, it's getting loud here now.
Is it ever? 5 minutes, 7 seconds remaining first quarter. Big 3rd down coming up for the Niners when we come back. Sundays after the late afternoon games, Deion Sanders and Steve Mariucci join Rich Eisen to recap all the action and give you a preview of Sunday Night Football. Watch game day highlights Sunday, 7:30 Eastern on NFL Network. Brad Nussler, Mike Mayock, Alex Flanagan in Baltimore. A little over 5 to go, first quarter, 3-0. Baltimore in front at a 3rd down and 2 here for the 49ers following that timeout. Here comes pressure off the corner. Smith stands in, delivers a dart to Davis. He's got a first down and a bunch more. down to the 40-yard line of the Ravens, and that'll quiet the crowd. And there was some heat coming. Smith got it out there for 20 yards.
Love the way Alex Smith hung in there. And watch 21 scan the field and look for somebody to pick up. Frank Gore might be the best pass protection guy in the league. He gets a hit on Nada at the very end, and then you get the crossing route by the tight end, Vernon Davis. It runs a 4.5 40. You want to talk about a productive tight end. The last 3 years, he's got 25 touchdown receptions, tied for second best of any receiver in the league.
His second catch of the night, and it gives him a first down at the 40. On the end around to Ginn. Got the corner. Oh, he's fast.
Oh, yeah. Now, he might not have been worthy of a top 10 pick, Ness, but he's a top 10 type return guy. Now, they're going to go unbalanced here and go with the jet sweep. So all you got backside is a tight end. Jet sweep this way. Inside handoff. Really good job pulling out by the fullback, number 44, Moran Norris, who's starting in place of Bruce Miller.
Just looked like Pollard had an angle on him, and Ted Ginn ran right by it for 9. Second down on the yard. Gore has the yard and a couple more. First down, 49ers. Let's check in with Alex.
Hey, Brad. Well, number 52, Ray Lewis, on the sidelines for the Baltimore Ravens. Keep your eye on number 53, Jamel McClain. He's the guy wearing the headpiece tonight, has communication with the defensive coaches, something that Ray Lewis usually does. He's responsible tonight for getting everybody out there lined up. Watch him. He's very active tonight.
Again, Ray missing his second straight game. Hadn't missed one since 07. But that bad toe and foot problem, they tried the orthotics, tried to get it worked out. Didn't want to injure him any further. Heading toward the playoffs for the Ravens. So not in the lineup tonight if you're just joining us. Smith throws a little low. Davis tried to scoop it off the turf but couldn't.
I just mentioned Frank Gore, and I would tell you that he's probably the best pass protection tailback in the NFL. And I think a lot of defensive coordinators would agree. Bang! He stoned Ladarius Webb. Wow! See that one, partner? That's what it's all about. Eat up grass, get away from your quarterback, stay square, and deliver a blow. Frank Gore did all three.
Second and 10 at the 28. Ginn again comes in motion. And it's Gore just straight up the gut to the 21.
Man, they're patient. They're really patient. That time, Jonathan Goodwin, the center, got out on the second level, did a nice job. But if you're going to run the football in Baltimore, who do you got to block? You got to block Lodi Nada, and you've got to block Terrence Cody. And there's going to be more pressure on those guys tonight without Ray Lewis.
And that's 350 and 349. Those two guys.
For the record, yeah.
700 pounds between them.
And throw Corey Reddy in there at a belt 298.
Exactly. Another third down for the Niners. At the Raven 22. Smith in trouble. Got away somehow, but he won't get away at the end. Dropped back at the 27-yard line. And it's Nada, the guy that Mike just talked about.
And it's immediate pressure up the middle, which is what bothers quarterbacks more than anything. Nada gets a great pressure up the middle. They have a twist stunt. And Nada pushes him up into the pocket. Ultimately, it gets cleaned up. And Nada will get credit for a sack.
David Akers, 26 out of 31 on the season. This will be a 45-yard field goal attempt to try to tie the game. High and perfect. 1:59 remaining first quarter. And Akers from 45 ties it up.
This to me is old-fashioned football. Two backs, there's a fullback, there's multiple tight ends. Brad, you talked about you're going to get bloodied a little bit in the arm.
Yeah.
And you got to get the game into the fourth quarter, and then it becomes a turnover and possession football game.
Only went 41 yards and 4:42. Had to settle for the field goal. On a beautiful night in Baltimore. Tonight's aerial coverage is being presented by Southwest Airlines. As you look in on M&T Bank Stadium. Had a rainy couple of days. Today was picture perfect Chamber of Commerce type weather for this time of year. This Thanksgiving. So 3-3 after the field goal. Akers will tee it up. Tom Zibikowski will go back deep to return. It's Cam Cameron, the offensive coordinator. See what he's got up his sleeve when they get the football back.
We're talking incestuous. In 1986, when Jim Harbaugh was the co-captain of the Michigan team, Cam Cameron was his offensive coordinator. Right. And oh, by the way, the offensive line coach this year for the Ravens is Andy Moeller, who was co-captain with Jimmy.
With Jim.
This is an incestuous night.
There's Zibikowski. They wanted a sure-handed guy back there. He dropped the first kickoff. He got a flag.
Offsides again. I watched it. Two kickoffs in a row. Offsides.
It's going to give him a little better field position.
How do you do that twice in a row on kickoffs?
I have no idea, but
and he's not going to like
be the call.
I got to tell you, he won't even remember
Offside. Kicking team, number 27. 5-yard penalty. First and 10.
I faced the wrath of Jim Harbaugh once. Look at the bottom of your screen. You can see it. It's offsides. Usually you don't call that in the NFL, but twice in a row, why do you do that?
You have that short sprint now in the NFL this year. You only get a 5-yard deal, but still, just hold yourself until the kick. Anyway, 25-yard line. So far, it's about what we expected.
Absolutely what we expected. They're going to punch in a lot of body punches until they take somebody out, and it won't happen, I don't think, until the fourth quarter.
Flacco, quick throw. They've done this before. This time it's Torrey Smith. And he's becoming a big-time threat, averaging over 20 yards a catch, which leads the NFL.
And I really believe one of the big differences potentially in this team, he has so much speed. Watch the corner turn his hips and get out immediately. Bad angle by Deshaun Goldston, number 38, the safety. But I put the tape on last week, Brad, and I have not seen a corner run away from a Ravens receiver in years, and they're so concerned about his speed, they're flipping the hips and getting out early, and that's going to give Flacco an opportunity to throw intermediate routes.
Hopefully he's all right holding his right calf. Down the middle of Bolden, his third catch over the middle to the 45, back in 49er territory. So Anquan Bolden with 3 big catches all across the middle.
This is classic Anquan Bolden working the middle of the football field. Takes it back inside, in between the 2 linebackers, Willis and Bowman. He's as tough as they come, and I don't really care what his 40-yard dash time is now. And that's what this is going to be tonight. A lot of zone, a lot of you're not going to beat me over the top, and then you're going to have to try to score in the red zone when everything's compact.
Vontae Leach in motion in that backfield to lead the way for Ray Rice, who got a couple. You know, and might have one more play before the quarter, or maybe not.
First time I ever met Jimmy Harbaugh, he won't even remember this. I played golf with him about 12 years ago in Florida. You want to talk about a competitor, Brad? He's really good, and I hadn't played in years.
That's not a good combination.
I'm rolling the ball over. We get on the 9th tee. He goes, Mike, I have never been 8 down after 8 holes in my life. You need to get it going.
Speaking of 8 down and 2nd down and 8 on the final snap, if indeed there is one before the end of the quarter. There will be one more play. Rice right in the middle of things. Got 3 yards before Ray McDonald made the stop. So we played a quarter on this Thanksgiving night, a family affair with the Harbaughs.
The first quarter.
3-3 tie at the end of one.
Happy Thanksgiving
from the Ravens
and the NFL Network.
And we add our happy Thanksgiving wishes. The Harbaugh in Baltimore. Somebody said to me today, maybe it should be the Har Brawl. I said, let's wait and see how that works out if it gets a little testy at the end.
Dude, I wouldn't have been surprised if they went at it in John's backyard this morning with the kids. And you think I'm kidding?
We start the second quarter with a 3rd down for the Ravens at the 49-41.
And good balance. 8 run, 8 pass so far. And Ray Rice had 8 touches in the first quarter. That's important to monitor.
Joe Flacco had a hold of him when he got rid of the ball. Alden Smith, who leads the 49ers in sacks, almost had another one.
And that was more about coverage than anything else, because Baltimore did a nice job picking up an extra runner there. But at the very end, Alden Smith came loose and got a piece.
So Ginn goes back inside his 10. Sam Cook will try to knock one down inside that 10 somewhere. He's knocked 16 inside the 20 so far this year. passes inside the 5, and when Ginn waved his arm, it seemed like the guys down there sort of took their eye away.
And they did. And you know what, Brad? He fooled them.
Yep.
You can't do that. David Reed, watch. David Reed, number 16. Find the football. You can't be looking at Ginn. I put that on David Reed right there. You saw him grab his helmet. He knew he made a mistake, Brad. Wow.
That could have been down at about the 2-yard line. Instead, at the 20, the 49ers go to work on offense.
And that's Jerry Rosberg, the special teams coach, counseling him. And in a game like this, to give up 18 yards of field position when you could have them backed up against their end zone, that's huge.
At the 20. Gore with a single setback. Quick drop for Smith, fires far side. Michael Crabtree got about 5 on the reception.
And the guy that made the tackle there, Garrett Johnson, is one of my favorite players in the league, Brad, because I think he's one of the most underappreciated football players in this entire league. He's out of the University of Alabama, and Garrett Johnson, believe it or not, was a 290-pound defensive tackle. Ozzie Newsome, the GM here, who played at Alabama, remember? Drafted him, they moved him to defensive end, then they moved him to Sam linebacker. He's in his 9th year. I think he's one of the top players in the league at his position.
His 75th straight start, which is a franchise record. Smith with flags down is going deep. Got a man out there, and it's caught by Ginn, and Ginn breaks away, and he's gone for a touchdown.
Flag down in the backfield.
This is going to bring 175 yards back.
I think it's either going to be, it could be a chop block.
Chop block.
Yep, it's a chop block. And Frank Gore had it already taken care of. Frank Gore made a great block, Ness, and I think his tackle came in. And remember, a chop block is high-low. You can't go high-low. Now, look at Gore on 31, the safety pilot. He's already got him. Now, all he did was push him over the top. That's number 62, Shiloh Rachal. I'm not a big believer in that call right there. I know technically it's correct, but he barely pushed him over the top.
It was almost as if he was losing his balance and he was using him to brace himself before he fell. At any rate, Ted Ginn is disappointed. It would have been a 75-yard touchdown pass. Instead, it comes back to 2nd down and long, just outside the 12-yard line. What a major difference that makes.
Yeah, it's a ticky-tack call. It's correct. I want to emphasize it's technically correct. But what a big play to have to lose on that if you're a San Francisco 49er fan.
Delaney Walker, the motion man. Frank Gore slips and goes down. He lost a yard. Nada was there to make sure he wasn't going to get up, but Gore slipped on his own.
Baltimore stout at the point of attack so far. And again, you got to block Nada, you got to block Cody, you got to block Corey Redding, and you want to get to that 2nd level because Albert McClellan, the player who's been playing for Ray Lewis, was a college undrafted free agent 2 years ago who has played very minimal snaps.
Albert McClellan has tied for a league low, only 4 interceptions on the year. You got to be careful on a 3rd down and this long, 3rd and 18. They'll keep it on the ground. Flags are down again. It might be an offside against the Ravens. Looked like somebody might have jumped. Maybe Terrell Suggs off the right defensive end. We'll wait and see what John Perry tells us, our referee.
Offside. Number 55. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay. 3rd down.
That's the call. Suggs, they'll walk it off 5, and it gives them another shot at a 3rd down.
Yeah, that's a killer. 3rd and 18. You can't give a team another shot. Suggs been in the league 9 years. He's only 29 years old. He told us yesterday, Brad, he thought he had, what, another good 6-7 years?
Yeah, about 6 more at least. Said, man, I'm a young 29. 4-time Pro Bowler. He's a special player. 3rd and 13.
See how many they rush here. Probably 3 or 4 and play coverage behind. They brought 4 and they got to him.
Back at the 8-yard line. Corey Redding with a sack.
Confusion up front. They think it's an overbalance to the left. Look over here. But watch what happens because here's the guy that gets up the middle. They're thinking overload to the left. They only bring 4. Gore goes after a different person.
Look at that. He goes to the outside, and Redding comes right through.
Third sack, all on third down. And out forces a punt by Andy Lee, who's deep in his own end zone. Ladarius Webb waits on the other end for the Ravens. He might have a shot at this one. Webb will take it at the 34. First man missed. Webb got a block, and it's going to be an illegal block, unfortunately, after a nice return. Chris Wilson, I think, is going to be the guilty party on the hit. Would have been a 21-yard punt return.
Man, I like that hit, too. Look to see if he gets his head around front here, because this is a great hit.
Fans are reacting here as they watch it on the big screen or the jumbotron in the end zone.
And they're talking about it too. Now Costanzo, the backup linebacker, is the one that got jacked.
Illegal block in the back. Number 51. 10-yard penalties. First and 10.
There's the call. Negates a punt return that would have had the Ravens in 49er territory. As it is, they'll back them up, and they'll have it when we come back. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Cadillac and by Sears. Sears has the perfect gift for anyone on your list. Real gifts, real joy. Sears. No joy in that last punt return. They called number 51. 51 is the guy that got blocked. 87, Chris Wilson's the guy that's going to throw the block that they said was illegally from behind. You're going to see it coming into your view right about there.
And Bill Belichick always used to say, better get your head on a swivel in special teams. That was a great hit by Chris Wilson. I thought it was legal. He got the head in front. I don't like the call.
Ray Rice maybe got a yard. It's been tough sledding for Ray Rice. Justin Smith, the veteran defensive end, Pro Bowl the last 2 years, makes a stop. Ray Rice has only got 29 yards on 8 carries so far.
And that's okay. That's my point. He only averages 4 yards a carry. He's just under that. This is not the kind of defense you're going to gash. Brad, they're giving up 74 yards a game in rush defense, #1 in the entire league. This is a battle of attrition. You win it little chunks at a time.
They haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in the last 32 straight games, so it's not like Ray Rice was expecting to have 220 yards tonight or anything. This time he's brought down by Harrelson, the outside linebacker. No touchdowns allowed in the first half in the last 4 games. That is something else. Let's check in with Alex.
Brad and Mike, as you guys heard yesterday, Ray Rice really working this year on patience. It's something that our own Marshall Falk reminds Ray's running backs coach of all the time. He sends him a text message before every game telling him to remind Ray, don't look for the cutback too soon. Marshall saying he's been doing a good job of that so far tonight.
They're down at 7. He's going to flush out of that backfield as a receiver down to the bottom of your screen. Joe Flacco steps up in the pocket. He'll run with it, puts his head down. I don't think he got there, though. He's about a yard shy. Dante Whitner made the hit. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
I give Joe credit here. He tried to take one for the team and make a play. He saw a hole. Now, at the very end, he's going to put his head down. He knows where the first down is. He's a big guy at 6'6", 245. Clearly doesn't get there.
Had he been 7'6", he'd have a first down. At 6'6", not quite enough.
That'd be the new ball size, man.
Sam Cook to punt. Ted Ginn again calls for the fair catch. This one he will grab on his knees at the 13-yard line. 43-yard punt, no return. Just under 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Matchup between the Ravens and the Niners, dead even at 3. LaShawn McCoy and the Eagles are fighting for their playoff lives in the unpredictable NFC East. Next week, Thursday Night Football, they travel to one of the toughest venues in the league to take on Marshawn Lynch and the Seahawks in Seattle. Eagles-Seahawks next Thursday, 8 Eastern on NFL Network. We'll be there. We hope you join us. We hope it stops raining in Seattle. Kendall Hunter is in the backfield for the first time tonight for the 49ers. On first down, he'll get the carry. And he's got a good gain. Picked up 8 or 9 before he's run out of bounds by McLean.
The key there is Kendall Hunter's a little bit of a change of pace from Frank Gore. They run that little stretch play wide. I didn't think he was going to be able to get outside him because there was penetration on the play. But watch his quickness. There's penetration right in by Johnson and picks up really good yardage, all because he's got a little different gear than Frank Gore.
Rookie out of Oklahoma State giving Frank Gore a breather. He stays in there.
Inverted wishbone set.
He'll get the carry again. Again, he made the first man miss, and he got the first down. Needed a yard and got 2 or 3. The 49ers leading the NFC West, but they, quite frankly, have been the beast of the East. They're 4-0 in the Eastern time zone. At Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Detroit, Washington, trying to make it 5 straight here tonight. The last West Coast team to win 4. The Chargers, the only team to go 5-0. 49er teams of 84 and 89. And oh, by the way, they both ended up being world champions.
And in 2 of those first 2, Cincy and Philly, they had to come back in the 4th quarter, Brad. You're tired, it's a long trip, and they won the game with a comeback in the 4th quarter.
One of those weeks they stayed in Ohio in between instead of going all the way back to the West Coast. Smith in trouble, sacked for the 4th time. Wow.
And the coverage in the secondary is exceptional. There was good pass protection there for enough time to get rid of the football. Yapati blocked down, Gore buried another guy, but in the secondary, there's a first-round pick, Braylon Edwards. He's covered. Down the middle of the field, Crabtree, he was covered. Coming down the back end, you've got 2 tight ends releasing off the line of scrimmage. Do you have a shot at a seam? Maybe, but there was a free safety in the hole by the name of Ed Reed. You're probably not going to take a shot on that one.
Ravens came in second in the league in sacks with 29. They've got 4 already in the first half. Smith, draw play to goal. Wow, nowhere to go.
Hey, partner, this is a line of scrimmage game. And we both know right now who's dominating both sides of it.
Exactly. Under 8 minutes now.
Garrett Johnson with another play, stout at the point. Garrett Johnson sets the edge as well as anybody in the league.
49ers are going to hear it from this sold-out crowd here in a minute. Because it's 3rd down and 2. Neither team's been able to do much on 3rd down tonight. 3rd down at 12, I beg your pardon. Long yardage here. Flags are down, and they'll blow this one dead.
Ball start.
It's only going to get
46.
worse.
Yep. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
4th penalty against San Francisco.
Now, I give Chuck Pagano, the defensive coordinator here in Baltimore, a ton of credit. They've already gotten to this kid 4 times. He's been difficult to sack all year. Wasn't it fun yesterday talking to the players about Chuck Pagano? Yeah. They call him a paisan. They said he got some swag about him. He might be 51 years old, but he acts like one of the players, and they really react positively to his energy.
They said he's pretty cool for an old guy. Chuck said, I didn't know I was an old guy. I'm only 51.
I'm like, dude, if it starts with a 5, you're old.
Gore kept his balance somehow and got about 3 yards out of nothing. Pernell McPhee is the guy that got him off balance. It's a punting situation for the Niners again.
McPhee's a rookie out of Mississippi State. He beat Adam Snyder, the right guard. They've gotten a lot of really good quality snaps, both out of Pernell McPhee, the rookie, and also Paul Kruger, 3rd-year guy out of Utah.
Again, Ladarius Webb had a nice return wiped out by an illegal block on his last punt return. Andy Lee's kick will drive him back inside the 30. They'll take it at the 26. And got about 9 on the return after a 54-yard punt. Ravens on their home field. Always tough. The whole game's been tough. 3-3. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by the new 80-inch from Sharp, the leader in the largest LED TVs. And by Kia Motors and the new 2012 Kia Optima. It's not your average midsize sedan. 6:15 remaining in the first half. Ray Rice, more of a compact, not a midsize sedan.
Yeah, the guy, though, to his right, our left, that's Wilbert Montgomery, the running backs coach who Alex referenced a moment ago. After the snap, I'll tell you a little bit about their relationship.
First down at the 35. Ricky Williams is in there for him. Play action. Joe Flacco loads and goes deep. Torrey Smith's out there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrell Brown. And Brown coming back the other way. Flags are down as he goes out of bounds after the long ball was intercepted.
Interference. Harbs cannot believe it. He says he's going to play the football, and he has as much right to it as the receiver does. Now, Torrey Smith ran a 4.4 at the combine, but he's
Pass
faster than that.
Defense, number 25, grabbing the arm of the receiver. Automatic first down.
Now, when you're out here, watch how quickly he turns his hips and gets out. His hips are turned. He knows it's a vertical, and he's got no help. Good position here. Now, all they're calling right there is the right arm and a little bit of an arm bar, and I'll be honest with you. Let's see that again. Does he wrap it around? Does he hold that left arm down? If he holds the leg, there's the wrap of the arm. You got to call it. Good call by the refs.
Might have been a little bit of an acting job by Smith. Nonetheless, it's a Ravens. Ray Rice close to a first down near the 5-yard line. That was basically a 50-yard penalty on that pass interference.
This is Ray Rice's best friend. Vontae Leach, a highly paid fullback. His only job is to knock down linebackers. Bang! Point of attack, gets two guys. Ray Rice makes the cut. Look at the point of attack. Ahmad Brooks, you're gone. Now we're going to get on the safety. Deshaun Goldston, you're gone. And that little 5'7" sprite jumps through the hole with tenacity and toughness. I love him.
Second down and short, and now it's Leach getting a little sugar, the big guy, and he's got a first down. Remember, the 49ers in 10 games have not allowed a rushing touchdown yet. And since 1930, only a couple of teams can make that claim, including this 2011 edition of the 49ers. But right now, it's first and goal for the Ravens after the long penalty.
I don't care if you run it in or throw it in. 6 points is 6 points.
Ray Rice trying to run it in. He is down at the 1-foot line. Patrick Willis stopped him.
Going right over Matt Burke and Marshall Yanda. Yanda, to me, is one of the best and most aggressive young guards in the league.
Matt Burke, the wily veteran in his 14th season.
Well, by definition, he's wily. He went to Harvard.
That's wily enough for me. So now it's down inside the one.
Eligible.
Second down.
Number 76 is eligible.
Extra tackle in the game is John Reed. This is their jumbo set.
Rice knocked down in the backfield. Great play by C.J. Spillman. A loss of 4. And they're not going to give up that no touchdowns rushing around easily, are they?
Now watch the penetration up front. Ray McDonald, submarine Yanda. They get penetration all along the front line. And watch what happens right in here. The penetration, the first point of attack, the second point of attack, and then finally the missed block on the edge. Really good play by C.J. Spillman, the third-year player out of Marshall. Beats the block to the tight end, Ed Dixon.
That's third and goal at the 5. Ed Dixon, one of the tight ends, wide to the right-hand side. Flacco quarterback draw. Trying to weave his way. He's not going to find enough room. Stopped after a yard gain. Justin Smith with a big hit.
Everybody's booing. And I'll tell you right now, these are the kind of plays that come back and spook you in the fourth quarter. You're first and goal from the 1. You lose 4 yards on a run. And then on third down, your quarterback gets tackled or sacked, depending on where he ended up, and you're forced to kick a field goal.
So that statistic about not giving up a rushing touchdown remains intact, at least for now. Billy Cundiff in for the field goal. Inside of 40 yards, pretty much automatic. This is an extra point, basically, a 23-yard field goal, and it's up and good. So the Ravens get 3. Their fans aren't happy, even though they're in front with 2:51 to go in the half. 6-3, the Ravens in front. They call it a 60-yard drive in 6 plays, but Mike, 50 of it came on that pass interference, and they had first and goal at the 4 and couldn't punch it in.
And man, you got to take advantage when you get a big break like that. You throw the ball up in the air, it's actually intercepted by Terrell Brown. You get the pass interference. Ray Rice gets you down to the 1-yard line. You got to take advantage. Now, third down, this is a quarterback draw. Watch what Ahmad Brooks does. He's the guy that makes the play with Michael Orr. Look at him. He sets the point right there. He sees the quarterback both ways. He won't let Flacco go left or right. Now, he doesn't get credit, Ness, for the tackle, but trust me, he made the play.
He did. Naquan Bowman came off upset that I think they didn't try to throw to him. He's got 3 catches in the first half, all for first downs. They had to settle for 3. Now, Cundiff's kickoff is deep and out of the back of the end zone for the 49ers. With 2 timeouts remaining and 2:51 to work, trailing by a field goal. This Sunday on NFL Game Day morning, find out how Tim Tebow's bucking the trend of high-powered passing offenses. Don't miss NFL Game Day morning this Sunday starting at 9 Eastern only on NFL Network. Of course, we saw the Tebow magic last Thursday night out in Denver.
And I really don't care how ugly it is at this point. It's fun, and he's winning ball games.
Give everybody something to talk about.
And you know, I couldn't stop but think of the same thing when Vince Young brought the Eagles back last week. Right. It was ugly all game long.
Pretty when you get the W.
18-play drive for a winner at the end, and that's all that matters.
Delaney Walker in the backfield with Gore. Gore follows him into the hole, but only 2 more yards. McClain pushes him backward.
I mean, that's point of attack football. McClain was great. They are so stout at the point of attack. Ray Lewis has got to be proud. Now, watch what they're doing at the point up front. Corey Redding working on the right tackle, Anthony Davis. Watch him get skinny up through the hole. He's going to bounce the football wide. Garrett Johnson doesn't let him out there. Inside. Watch this play. Bang. McPhee. Bounce it again. Point of attack up front. They're dominating.
Second down and 8. Smith wants to throw. He's not going to get a chance, I don't think. Well, he got away. Play still alive. Smith throws a dart complete. It's a first down. Somehow kept that play going and got it to goal for 9 yards.
Haloti Ngata is a beast. He is an absolute beast. He didn't complete this play, but watch Ngata come right up the middle. I thought he was held right here. I think that's an easy call for a hold. The right guard, Snyder, but give Alex Smith a ton of credit. Gets away from him and ends up completing the pass.
Not only that, got a first down out of it. We'll see if they can keep it going after the 2-minute warning when we come back.
Rich Eisen here to let you know the Kia Motors halftime show is coming up next. First half highlights, and there's a dozen people wired for sound out there. We got a special preview of that coming up. I'm surrounded by good cheer on the holidays, guys.
I noticed that, Rich. Good job. Good placement. The ball is at the 31-yard line. 49ers. You take a look at the quarterback comparisons. Not a lot of offense, but what we expected with the number 1 and number 3 defenses and points allowed in this game. Smith. On play action, throws short and in the dirt, intended for Frank Gore.
Now, that's the first poor throw, really poor throw I've seen Alex Smith make, and I watched a bunch of his tape. He short-armed that. 3-level route, Gore wide open, makes that throw 99 out of 100 times.
49ers offense has scored 7 times in the final 2 minutes of the first half this year through 10 games. They'd like to at least get 3 and tie this thing up before halftime. They've got 2 timeouts to work with. 1:55 left. Smith in the shotgun with 3 wideouts.
They got the muddle huddle up front. Nobody in the 3-point stance.
Smith steps up in the pocket this time. He throws a strike again, and he's got a first down. Pick up 12.
This is the guy I thought they'd attack a little more, Kerry Williams, but they haven't really been able to attack intermediate or deep anyway because they can't protect their quarterback.
Right. They've given up 4 sacks. That time, Alex Smith did a nice job of just stepping up in the pocket, buying himself another half second, and throwing for that first down.
He moves better in the pocket than people realize. I was surprised on tape.
Pumps once, comes across the middle, complete to Crabtree, and he's in Raven territory and close to another first down.
I like the pace now. I know it's only because it's 2 minutes, but they've got the Ravens on their heels a little bit. They've got 3 wide receivers in the game, their best wideouts.
Smith, quick throw, completes it to Davis. Davis cuts back to the middle of the field instead of going out of bounds, but he got into the 40. A pickup of 7, and we're under a minute. Again, 49ers, 2 timeouts remaining.
Different pace. Good job by Alex Smith running the 2-minute drill.
Not letting the Ravens change up personnel defensively either. Smith going to try to maybe run for it. Nope, he's going to lob it at the last second and throws it out of bounds just to get rid of it.
And I'll tell you where the two Harbaugh brothers are very similar, and that is neither of them can stand when somebody gets vertical on you. And they play a little softer than a lot of teams do on the back end. A little more zone because they're going to make you beat them up front. That time Alex Smith wanted to get deep. He had nothing.
Now with that stoppage of play, the Ravens do bring in some new personnel at the 40-yard line. A big third down here in the last 32 seconds of the quarter.
And keep in mind, without a Ray Lewis, who's the quarterback of that front, there's nobody telling him the checks. And
Gore tried a quick opening draw, going nowhere. McClain makes a stop at the line of scrimmage. Clock running down to 23 seconds, and now it stops.
This is the first charge timeout.
As the Ravens
Baltimore,
take a
30-second
timeout. 23 seconds till halftime. Still a little bit of football left before the break. Line of scrimmage is a 40 where it's 4th and 3. This would be about a 57 or 8-yard field goal attempt if they choose to do that. And David Akers on the year is 5 for 5 from 50 plus, but they've got the offense in there.
And kind of funky. He's only 2 for 6, 40 to 49, but he's 5 for 5 over 50. Just beyond his realistic range. So they're either going to try and get him to jump off or they're going to go for it, and I like it.
They're going for it. Smith, bootleg, pumps, has to throw at the last second, and flags are down. He made the catch on the far side.
And Alex Smith took a hit and delivered the football. I thought they were no man's land. 57 yards.
On the field, at the snap. Defense, at 5-yard penalty.
Well, they picked up the first down either way.
First down, Cisco.
I don't know how he tucked that ball in on the far side. I thought Walker was going to run out of real estate.
I did too, and I thought it was phenomenal. Now, you remember, there were 12. Bang, here we go. Snap, clearly 12 men on the field. Good call. How about Alex Smith, though, keeping the play alive on 4th and 3 and making a play?
Second time he's kept a play alive, very similar down deep in their own territory to keep things going and move the chains. And they move the chains with the 35. They got 2 timeouts still, 18 seconds remaining in the half. Smith going to go deep to the corner of the end zone, and it's intercepted by Ladarius Webb. That's the one thing you didn't want to do before halftime.
And that was great coverage. Hip to hip, get your head around, find the football, man. Ladarius Webb has turned into a really good corner in this league. Third year out of Nicholls State. Look at the position he has. And by the way, Braylon Edwards is 6'3". He keeps position, hip to hip, finds the effectively boxes out the bigger wide, then showing some ball skills. I think he loves it.
4th interception of the year for Webb, and it prevents 49er points before halftime. They were in field goal range, and they come away not only without a touchdown, but without the game-tying field goal as well. The Harbaughs will head to the Ravens, leading Jim's 49ers 6. Stay tuned for the Kia Motors in Baltimore.
Time to shine.
Winning is not a sometimes thing.
It's an all-the-time thing.
It's the ferocity of the hit.
You don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time.
Any man's finest hour.
His greatest fulfillment.
To all he holds dear.
Corey Redding with a sack.
Is that moment
when he's worked his heart out and lies exhausted on a field of battle. Victorious.
The Ravens have the lead as we get set to start the third quarter on this Thanksgiving night. As we take a look at our first half game summary presented by the Muppets. I don't know what Kermit and Miss Piggy would think of this, but it's a low-scoring affair, and we sort of expected that with the number 1 and number 3 defenses in points allowed involved in this game. We didn't expect a shootout as we welcome you back, Brad Nessler and Mike Mayock. You know, 49ers left a couple out there. They had a key penalty on a 75-yard, what would have been a touchdown, and then they had a 50-yard pass interference that cost them 3 points. But man, the defense for the Ravens is playing lights out.
Difference in the football game is the front. Up front for the Ravens without Ray Lewis. Some of the things they're doing. Zone blitz is designed to give you pressure plus zone behind. Pernell McPhee, the rookie, steps back from nose tackle, and then you end up with a 3-on-2 front side. Frank Gore has no idea which guy to get after. He chases the middle of 3 guys, and in comes Corey Redding for the sack. So the zone blitz scheme designed by Chuck Pagano has been phenomenal on 3rd and middle. They have 4 sacks on that quarterback. And Ness, I don't care what the Muppets think about that. I don't care what people out in America think. The bottom line to me, this is good old-fashioned football. And they're knocking the tar out of each other.
Just what we expected. 49ers will get their hands on it first to start the 3rd quarter. Ted Ginn waiting on the kick from Billy Cundiff. Remember, Ginn had a long touchdown taken back because of a chop block. That would have had the 49ers in front. And he's not going to get a chance. Cundiff knocks this one out of the back of the end zone again.
And Brad, I'll tell you what I always think about as a former defensive player. What makes me uncomfortable? What makes me think more than I want to think? What do I have to deal with? And I think at the end of the first half, you saw the 49ers no huddle speed it up.
Right.
Ray Lewis is not calling signals on that side. I'm not sure they're going to go tempo on them, but at some point, if I'm Jimmy Harbaugh, I would sure like to tempo this team and challenge them mentally on the other side of the ball.
It was working beautifully until Smith threw that interception to Webb in the end zone that basically ended the 2nd quarter. The ground game's been tough for Frank Gore, but that's one of his better runs of the night. Got 5. McClain made the stop.
Yeah, that was an unbalanced. They had 3 tight ends in the game. I think if I know Jim Harbaugh, you got that look in his eye right now. He's like, okay, you're not going to out-physical me. Doesn't mean he won't play action and try and get cute. Chuck Pagano, the defensive coordinator, said about San Francisco's offense, it's the circus of all circuses because of all the different formations and personnel groupings.
Quick throw, complete out to Crabtree. He's got a 1st down. And picked up about 8 before Jimmy Smith ran him out of bounds. Check in with Alex.
Hey, Brad, well, John Harbaugh saying that this game, in fact, is the defensive battle that he expected to. He came into this game needing his defensive line to be dominant. They have been dominant. Part of his game plan was to make sure that his linebackers were not matched up with the San Francisco 49ers tight ends. They've done a great job of doing that. Jim Harbaugh, you guys, I asked him how he better protects Alex Smith. You'll appreciate this, Mike. He said, protect him. I said, how? He said, watch the 2nd half, Alex.
Right now, he's got a loaded eye backfield. And now, Delaney Walker, the tight end, comes one way, the pitch goes the other. And Gore again slips. That's about the 3rd time tonight Frank Gore has slipped. Not that he wasn't helped to the turf by Corey Redding and McClellan. But it's only a 11 rush, 26-yard night right now for Frank Gore.
The Baltimore Ravens are setting an edge. Toss sweep power play, making him cut back wide. McClellan was there, setting the edge. Right back into the hands of Corey Redding. That front, as Alex said, has been dominant. And if I know Jim Harbaugh, he will protect that quarterback, and he's going to make us guess how he's going to do it.
Gore actually lost a yard. 2nd down and 11. Empty backfield. Smith, trouble again and down for the 5th time. Halali, nada this time.
They're having trouble with the twist stunt up front, confusing the right guard and right tackle of San Francisco. Boom, and then right around. Watch Nada up the field, and then he takes the right through the double team. That's just a twist stunt where he attacks the inside shoulder of the right tackle. He is a combination of explosion, speed, quickness. Ness, if you ask me to draw up the best 20 players in the league, he'd be one of them.
And he forces a 3rd and 17. Smith pressured again, but got the pass away and got it complete to Crabtree. What a throw and catch to pick up the 1st down. On a 3rd and 17, they got 18.
Good blitz pickup by the young running back. Watch Hunter here. They've got a stack in the middle. He comes over, gets a piece of Suggs, just enough so Alex Smith can step up in the pocket, put the ball out to former 1st-round pick Michael Crabtree, who I thought had his best game as a pro a week ago with 7 catches.
That is 7 catches for 120 last week. That was a big 18-yard pickup to keep the drive going. Here's a toss to Gore. Frank up the middle for 3. McClain, the linebacker, made the hit.
Hey, Brad, that completion to Crabtree I thought was huge. Crowd's going nuts. The game's gone your way. You're dominating the line of scrimmage, but Crabtree wins on the edge. And I thought the first drive San Francisco had a week ago against Arizona, he was the difference. He had 3 catches on that drive, broke tackles. Michael Crabtree needs to step up and continue to make plays.
At the 47-yard line, 2nd and 7. Ravens show a blitz. They're going to come after Smith. Again in trouble. Somehow he got away. And Alex Smith has got first down. Big time play with his feet that time.
I told you he's niftier in the pocket than people think. Again, heavy pressure. Big time pressure. Watch Gore again. Does a nice job picking up Pollard, the safety, but he's feeling pressure. His eyes come down right here, and now he's going to escape to his left. And this kid at 6'4" is a better runner than people think. He gets out, salvages the play.
And keeps it going. 8th play of the drive for the 49ers. Open up the 3rd quarter. Again, Delaney Walker sets up after being in motion. The throw is going to go out to Ginn. And Ted Ginn knocked out of bounds. Got 7 or 8 though.
Second bubble screen to a wide receiver here. Watch these wide receivers block on the edge. If you're going to throw bubble, you got to block on the edge. That's the only way you can throw this play. Here's the catch. There's the block.
Crabtree got a good one.
And that's the second one. All you got to do is make McClellan miss. Get up there. Use your quickness.
Picked up 9 yards. 2nd and short. Gore got the first down and a bunch more. Frank Gore, one of his best runs of the night.
Now, there are 3 first-round picks in this San Francisco 49ers front. One of them is Mike Iupati, number 77. Watch him pull up into the hole. This kid at 330 pounds. Frank Gore ran right by him. How'd you like to be a corner and see Iupati coming up there full speed? Are you kidding me?
Ladarius Webb is going, I don't weigh as much as his hair does. First down at the 27-yard line.
They got to get their tight ends involved in the pass game.
Hunter giving Gore a breather. Got about 2 to the 25.
Vernon Davis has 3 catches for 29. Delaney Walker, who's a former wide receiver with great speed and explosion, has no catches. One of the things they've done extremely well all year, Brad, with those personnel groupings is to find a way to get them isolated. And Alex mentioned at halftime, John Harbaugh was excited that they didn't have their linebackers on them. They have what they call big nickel in the game. Not their normal nickel, big nickel, because Tom Zibikowski's in there probably to guard one of those tight ends.
Braylon Edwards hasn't caught a ball tonight either. Has had only one aimed his way. 2nd down and 8 at the 25. Smith, pressure coming. 6th sack of the night. Terrell Suggs has got this one.
Jailbreak. They're coming off everywhere with a double X move on one side. They overpower that side. The pass protection breaks down. They're coming off the slot on an X. He's out here. And then watch in here. Same thing. Wow.
Suggs.
53 McLean untouched.
Suggs goes over 75 career sacks with that one. John Harbaugh loving it.
Chuck Pagano is dialing up as good a defensive coordinator evening as I've seen all year.
They tie their season high with that 6th sack of the night. And that's 3rd down and a mile. Hunter maybe got a yard. McPhee came in to make the first contact. Now Lee will come out to punt.
Wow. The front 7 of the Ravens is dominating this football game. 1 key completion on that drive. And outside of that, they've stuffed them again, Brad.
They're going to try the field goal here as Akers will come out with Lee to hold. He's had a couple blocked a week ago that we mentioned, 50 plus. 5 for 5 this year. Kick on the way. He's got plenty. Nice kick by Akers. And that ties the game. John on one side, Jim on the other. Points are hard to come by. 6-6 in Baltimore. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Under Armour. Are you from here? Maryland crab cakes, local staple, made with Maryland blue crabs. You know, you got to have lump crab meat, very little filler, and then spiced with Old Bay seasoning. You knew that, didn't you?
I wish I liked crab cakes, but let me tell you one thing, though, Ness. Watching tape of this team a couple weeks ago against the Giants, right? 6-6 score. They kicked an onside kick and recovered it.
Since 2007, NFL Play 60 has been traveling the country helping the youth of America to be more active and healthy. This spring, NFL Play 60 bus will come to a new deserving community. It could be yours. Visit NFLrush.com to find out more. Kickoff high and returnable by Zibikowski. Takes it on the run at the 7. And Zibikowski out across the 20-yard line to about the 24. 7:25 remaining, third quarter. In a defensive struggle, the 49ers and the Ravens even at 6. There have been head coaching brothers in other sports other than the matchup we've got tonight, which is NFL history making for NFL head coaches squaring off against each other. Baseball, Latchman's in basketball, Larry and Herb Brown. The list goes through. The Van Gundys also in the NBA. And the Nesser boys, that's right.
I thought it was Nessler.
No, Ted Now back in the 20s, in the early days of the NFL. Here's Ray Rice. 3 or 4 before Bowman makes a stop. But this is the first matchup ever. NFL head coaches, brothers, facing off on this Thanksgiving night. And they're dead even. It's almost like they've got that piece of tape down the middle of their bedroom like the old days. And who's going to cross it first?
And Brad, in Philadelphia, I lived about a mile from John Harbaugh when he was the special teams coach of the Eagles for about 10 years. We got to know each other pretty well, and I'll tell you a little more about that in a moment.
Joe Flacco, play fake. Deep out, is high for Bolden, and out of bounds.
So we lived about a mile apart and played a little bit of golf, but more often just hung out and talked football. And when he was the special teams coach for the Eagles, I can't tell you how many conversations we had about when he became a head coach, how he would do it. And he brought out this binder, Brad. It had to be 9 inches thick. And it wasn't just X's and O's. It was nutrition. It was exercise regimen. It was philosophical. How do you keep player speeches up? What kind of speeches do you make? The guy's been preparing to be a head coach forever, and he's certainly take advantage of it.
He won a playoff game in each of his first 3 seasons. Here's his quarterback throw out, complete to Bolden, and Anquan this time has got a first down. That's his 4th catch. You saw the frustration from Anquan Bolden earlier in that late second quarter where he thought they should have been throwing instead of running a quarterback draw. And one thing about Bolden is he goes over 700 career catches with that catch. The fastest to 400, fastest to 500, fastest to 600. And he won't be the fastest to 700. Marvin Harrison beat him to it. Actually, he's 1 shy, I think, right now, but he's closing in on 700.
The only thing he wasn't fastest at was the combine, where he ran like 4.71 and it knocked him out of the first round.
Back on the ground is Ray Rice. Only a pickup of 3. Boy, there hasn't been a run, I don't think, longer than maybe 9 yards tonight. There haven't been any big breakaway runs by either Gore or Ray Rice.
Keep in mind, though, Ness, a week ago playing Cincinnati, in the first half, they struggled in the run game against the Bengals. Ray Rice had 6 carries for 17 yards, but they stayed with it. He ended up with 20 for over 100. Tonight, 12 for 39 at halftime. I'm fine with that. Keep pounding the rock. He's your best offensive player.
Flacco fires in and out of the hands of Anquan Bolden. Had his hands on it, but Carlos Rogers was right there defensively.
Now, Carlos Rogers having an excellent season. Look how tight he is. Now, Brad, the point is, all 4 of Bolden's catches have been where? Across the middle. When he's working to the outside toward the numbers, he doesn't get as much respect because he doesn't have great speed, and they jump the route. By the way, Carlos Rogers has had a rebirth here.
5 interceptions coming into this one. Charles Woodson, I know, got at least his 6th today, so coming into the weekend, he was near the top. 3rd and 7. Flacco
Great job.
And second effort by Lee Evans, who makes his first catch. And it's a first down.
If Dante Whitner's got to make this tackle in the open field and you force a punt. But give Lee Evans a ton of credit on the cross route to break the tackle. He's just coming all the way across, and Dante Whitner, 31, will jump him right now. Make the tackle and they punt. You miss the tackle. Come on, make the tackle. Keep your head up. Wrap it up, and you get a first down. Look at the eyes on that guy.
John Harbaugh says, I think Lee Evans is going to be a help to us in this game. Well, after coming up from Buffalo in a trade and having injury problems, that's a big catch. Flacco throws short, complete to Ricky Williams. He'll lose a yard. But Flacco avoided the sack because Sopoaga was draped all over him.
Yeah, Paris Harrelson early with pressure, then Sopoaga up the middle, and a lot of people want to compare him to Ben Roethlisberger because of his stature, his size, his ability to throw the ball with people draped all over him. Still continuing to develop.
Well, he's got a 2-game to none lead on Ben Roethlisberger as far as beating the Steelers. So that's what's got him basically first place in the division.
This year, right?
This year. Ricky Williams out near midfield.
You know, in our open, you referenced Navarro Bowman and what a great season he's having. Watch Navarro Bowman right here. From behind on the cutback, filling the hole properly and making a tackle. He came into this game with 104 tackles, more than Patrick Willis. A lot of people think he's having a Pro Bowl season. And that's Williams on the run. Not Ray Rice, but I like the commitment to the run game.
Joe Flacco has picked up 7 on 3rd and 6, 8 on 3rd and 7 so far on this drive. He's got another inside the 40. This is Dennis Pitta, the tight end. And he threw a rocket on that one.
Great hands, and that was covered too deep with man under. That's a very difficult throw to make. And I think they had a bust in an assignment there because Pitta found an open hole. He's got as good a hands as anybody on that team. Brings it to his body and holds it.
Well, coming in, Dennis Pitta and Ed Dixon. Nobody had more combination catches for 2 tight ends except Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Henderson with New England. Those guys came in with 25 and 42 catches respectively. First down at the 39. Flacco to Ray Rice. Ray gets what he can before Brooks brings him down, and he picked up 7.
And Brad, different quarterbacks have different safety valves, guys they like and trust with pressure on them. And Ray Rice checks up over top of the center guard area as much as any tailback in the league once he's clear from pass protection. And Flacco will check it down to him, and they'll be happy to get 5 or 6 yards.
You see, along with Matt Forte, leading his team in rushing and receiving. Last 2 years, Ray's been over 1,200 yards rushing with over 50 catches for over 500 yards, and not many people do that, except, of course, our Marshall Faulk did it 4 times. Here's the fullback on the run. Vontae Leach run out of bounds. But he got another first down, and now they're just chipping away here.
Yep. Really solid drive, connecting on 3rd down several times. Vontae Lynch will look to hit anybody on the field or off. Watch him catch the football. He's going to get knocked out of bounds, come right after our cameraman. Bang. This guy is just a physical being.
Ray Rice told us yesterday about Vontae Leach. He wants every part of every collision. Just the crown of his helmet and the front of his face mask right through you, which is what he did at the end of that run. Yep. Flacco throws. This one's too wide, intended for Ed Dixon, the other tight end. He sort of just threw that one away. It wasn't there. And it brings up 2nd down as we're down to 1:19. And Dante Whitner a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, he and Pitta had a collision down the field. Watch 88 Pitta down the field and Whitner 31. As Whitner starts to drive on the cross, you could probably call that pass interference.
Well, he gave away about 40 pounds in that collision.
Ball was in the air, beyond 5 yards down the field.
Joe Flacco's hit 6 different receivers on this drive. 2nd and 10 at the 23. Throws complete. He's got Ed Dixon. First down, Ravens. 7 different receivers on this drive.
You want to talk about fitting a throw into a tight window. That's what Flacco does here. Take a look at what he's seeing from behind. Look how tight this window is right in here. Dixon turns away from the defender. Good coverage by Patrick Willis, but the ball is thrown perfectly.
The thing wasn't any bigger than your dinner plate last night. First and goal. Flacco throws. Incomplete. Torrey Smith. Covered by Chris Culliver, incomplete.
Good job by Culliver, who's a rookie. Third-round pick out of South Carolina, who's got good size and length to play that kind of pass in the corner of the end zone. Thought Joe had to get it a little more on his back shoulder to give Torrey Smith a better chance to make a play. As it was, Culliver just snapped the head around, used his length to make a play.
Only 32% of the drives have they allowed touchdowns. Best in the NFL this year. 15th play of the Baltimore drive. Second and goal at the 8. Draw play, Ray Rice, no gain. Remember, they haven't given up a rushing touchdown in forever, the 49ers. Still haven't. Ray Rice talking a little bit to Aldon Smith.
And don't forget, Brad, they haven't finished a drive yet with a touchdown. They've dominated the football game. They've got to score a touchdown here. They're going to rue this drive right here.
Remember, they had first and goal at the 4 earlier and came away with just 3. Only one possession for each team this quarter, which is over. At the end of 3, Jim 6, John 6, 49ers 6, Ravens 6. Fourth quarter should be fun. Stick around.
Happy Thanksgiving from the 49ers and the NFL Network.
49ers on the road, trying to get a 5th road win in the East Coast time zone. Right now, as we start the fourth quarter, tied at 6. Brad Nessler, Mike Mayock, Alex Flanagan, our NFL Network crew, John Harbaugh and Jim Harbaugh in a matchup of brothers as head coaches making NFL history tonight. And through 3 quarters, we're as even as we were when we kicked it off.
Third and goal from the 8. Flacco's got to stick one in here, but you can't throw it in the interception.
Rice out of that backfield. Flacco at the last second fires. Touchdown. Dennis Pitta, the tight end. And we finally have somebody in the end zone. Even 7 different receivers on the drive and finally got a touchdown.
And you mentioned earlier in the drive the tight ends, 2 tight ends that can run and catch. He's on Whitner. Pitta uses that big body, again, like a basketball player. Block out the smaller Whitner. Culliver releases him. They were actually double teaming him. Culliver and Whitner. Poor job by Dante Whitner.
Cumberland's extra point is up and good. Dennis Pitta, the second-year tight end. His first touchdown catch of the year couldn't be any bigger on the first play of the fourth quarter. Tonight's aerial coverage is presented by Southwest Airlines as you look at the city of Baltimore on a beautiful night, this Thanksgiving night for football. And the aerial coverage for Joe Flacco with 7 different receivers on a 76-yard march in 16 plays. And his tight end Dennis Pitta, the final 8 for the touchdown. He converted 2 3rd and 6s, a 3rd and 7, and a 3rd and 8, which happened to be 3rd and goal on the touchdown toss.
And I'm tired of people saying Joe Flacco can't make plays when the pressure's on.
John Dibb's kick will go to Ted Ginn, 2 yards deep. Ginn spins his way across the 25 out near the 28-yard line. And the 49ers know what they have to do now. Alex Smith and the offense has got to answer on this Thursday night Thanksgiving football because now they trail by a touchdown.
It's been all about the Ravens defense all night long. Chuck Pagano and his front group. Zone blitzes. They haven't let the 49ers run the football. The pressure on Alex Smith has been relentless. Not only have they sacked him they've also pressured him literally every passing down.
Season high tying 6 sacks for the Ravens defense. Quick throw to the outside. Crabtree got 8. Kerry Williams was there with him.
It looks to me, Brad, like if they're going to throw the ball, it's got to be quick. 3-step ball out.
Yep.
Remember the 2 bubble screens on that last drive?
Exactly.
The ball's got to get out quickly because when they get him in that 3rd down situation, Pagano's dialing up all kinds of zero and zone pressure, and they're getting to the quarterback.
Remember, the 49ers have come from behind several times already this year, being forced to do so here again in the 4th quarter.
3 tight ends in the game. They've got 2 tackles sitting right on this side.
Frank Gore in the backfield to get the call. And flags are down as Gore goes down for no gain. And it was Terrell Suggs who's had an exceptional game making the stop.
Illegal shift. 2 men moving. They're not setting prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's what you get sometimes when you get creative with your offensive alignment.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't care if it's a penalty or not a penalty, Brad. They are killing them at the point of attack. Watch right here, the tight end. 3rd tight end of the game, Suggs. He just beating them up, running back into the backfield. Justin Fields got no shot.
Suggs just backed his way into that tackle.
They're winning every battle up front.
2nd down at 7. Smith wants to flare it out to Williams, and it's incomplete.
And they may have had a little something there if they could have completed it. Suggs got his hands up.
He got in the way of the pass.
Yeah, they sure did.
Something working.
Here he is right here. He's going to get right in the passing lane. And I thought they had a little something if Williams could catch this because the wide receiver got a cut on the corner down the field. Look at Suggs. 9 years old. That's a young 29, big boy.
Here's a big 3rd and 7. Vernon Davis in that bunch of receivers. The tight end hasn't caught a ball yet this half.
And rookie 1st-round pick Jimmy Smith in at corner.
Alex Smith again. They get pressure on him, and down he goes for the 7th time. Ray Lewis not in uniform, but he's there in spirit on the sideline, and it's one happy head coach. The swarming Ravens. A whole flock of them coming in on Alex Smith again.
Watch there again from the inside. Ladarius Webb is the one that ultimately pushes him out, but I love the game Pernell McPhee is having. The 5th-round pick out of Mississippi State has had a monster inside game.
Andy Lee to punt. Ladarius Webb backpedals to the 10. Webb straight up the middle. And after coming up big on that last defensive play, comes up pretty nicely on the punt return as well. So now, the Ravens at home, playing like Ravens, swarming on the opposition, leading by a touchdown, and they've got the ball when we come back.
On a special Sound Effects, exclusive wired sound that takes you down on the field. Saturday at 8, only on NFL Network.
Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Verizon, your holiday smartphone destination. Brad Nessler, Mike Mayock, Alex Flanagan. Under 13 minutes to play in the 4th quarter, and the Ravens leading by a touchdown. They have roughed up Alex Smith all night long. Here's Ray Rice. What they'd like to do now is put together a time-consuming drive and get a few more points. Their last drive, though, was Flacco to perfection.
Yeah, and I mentioned before, I think this guy's undervalued as a quarterback. Every pass, Vontae Leach, watch the hole he throws that into. There's a window the size of a bread box. The touchdown to Pitta. Good coverage, still threads the needle on all of them. And Brad, if he continues to produce in this 4th quarter, in this cauldron, you've got to take a look at this guy and say, hey, pretty special.
The last drive, he was 8 out of 12, used 7 different receivers to get that touchdown to Pitta. 3-yard gain for Ray Rice, and brings up 3rd down. About 3 more to go.
Remember, we talked about a battle of attrition, and this is the part of the game I was referring to. 4th quarter, that big offensive line pushing the pile. Vic Fangio, you would think, hey, my guys are doing a great job. We've held them to 13, but you're losing the football game now. So they're going to have to commit more people to the line of scrimmage to stop the run game.
49ers bring in their nickel on 3rd down and 4. Flacco will be in the shotgun.
He's got his 2 fastest receivers in the game.
Quick throw, and it's complete, and there's the fastest one. Torrey Smith knocked out of bounds with a first down.
6 catches a week ago. He gets an awful lot of respect. Look how quickly Terrell Brown turns his hips. That's crazy. You can't turn your hips that early. There's no reason in the world to, except for the fact that the guy you're covering runs about 4.2 something.
Torrey Smith, over 150 yards on 2 games this year. The only 2 guys to do that is a rookie, Randy Moss in '98 with the Vikings, and my buddy Ken Burrow with the Atlanta Falcons in 1971. This is Ricky Williams into 49er territory. Pick up a 7 for the 11th year pro out of Texas.
You know, and I keep talking about it as the game wears on. If you could run the football, watch Yonda, please get down here and up to the 2nd level to get these great young linebackers. 73 on the block. Ricky Williams pops it inside. Vontae Leach does his job, and Brad, it's getting more and more evident that Baltimore is starting to really push the pile on the offensive side of the line of scrimmage.
They're eating up some clock down near the 10-minute mark. Ricky Williams again backpedals his way for what looks like a first down.
And the more quality touches Ricky Williams gets, the big back downhill, pushing the pile, gaining first downs, the fresher Ray Rice is for the remainder of the game.
Ricky signed as a free agent during training camp.
No huddle. Here we go. They're saying the right guard moved. San Francisco's upset.
So a timeout taken with 9:52 remaining. 3rd down and short coming up. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Kay Jewelers. Every kiss begins with Kay. And by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. 13-6 on Thursday Night Football on this Thanksgiving night. Don't forget game day morning every Sunday, 9 a.m. You get all the latest leading up to the kickoffs with Rich and the guys. Sunday, 9 a.m. 3rd down and about a foot. Ricky Williams. Wow, and he's knocked down by Patrick Willis. Navarro Bowman. Short of the first down, he lost yardage.
Yeah, I'm screaming quarterback sneak. It's inches. I want to let people see the inside of the line. What? The penetration they get, allowing the linebackers and the safety to make the tackle.
Wow, big time hit. And it forces a punt. Ravens could have maybe used about 3 more minutes off the clock had they converted that first down. During that timeout, John Harbaugh was talking with John Perry, the referee. He didn't think they got a good spot on that Ricky Williams run prior to that one.
You didn't either, partner.
I didn't either. Thought it was a first down. Here's the punt taken at the 10-yard line. 9:01 remaining. Jim Harbaugh's 49ers are a touchdown back on the road against John Harbaugh's Ravens. Can they tie it up? Stick around. We'll find out.
Hello?
Question. How can they have the best Black Friday deals if they don't have the best stuff? Answer. Check this out.
Wake up early for Sears Black Friday doorbusters 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. Like 50% off this Kenmore laundry, 40% off this Kenmore refrigerator, plus 30% off all other Kenmore Elite.
Gotta go. Santa's on line 3. What up?
Think you know where to go on Black Friday? Think again. Sears.
Only Polaris RZR delivers the ultimate combination of power, suspension, and agility. The only trail-capable side-by-sides, featuring the all-new $99.99 RZR 570. The first 4-seat sport RZR 4. and the only extreme performance side-by-side, the 88 horsepower Razor XP. Razor sharp performance only from Polaris. See the new models at Polaris.com.
Want to know the difference between a trader and an elite trader? It's this. The E-Trade Pro platform finds top-performing stocks in 3 clicks. Quickly scans the market for new trading ideas. Got it? Get it? Good. Introducing new E-Trade Pro Elite.
What kind of car do I want?
Now at Autotrader.com, compare new and used cars and even special offers.
Gotta be new.
So when you find the right car, you'll know it in your heart. Autotrader.com.
Sweet.
The ultimate automotive marketplace.
Sunday at 9. Did the Eagles overpay Michael Vick? Plus, how will Chicago and Houston fare without their starting QBs? NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9, only on NFL Network.
Younger brother on the left, trailing older brother on the right, 13-6. 9 minutes to play, fourth quarter. And the 49ers are going to have to earn the tie if they get one because they're 90 yards away. Suggs coming strong off the corner as Gore only got a couple of yards. Garrett Johnson, the linebacker, made the hit.
Brad, how'd you like the story that John Harbaugh told us yesterday about how competitive Jimmy is? And he talked about every time they've ever taken a picture, Jimmy gets up on his tiptoes.
Yep, he's 6'3". He's 3 inches taller than John, and he wants to get it even higher up there. And watch this. John's trying to get him back today. That's the team picture. Good job, John, trying to get little brother back. Second down and 8. Smith flushed down the pocket, throws on the run, almost intercepted by Ed Reed. Ed Reed, the leader back there from his safety spot.
Now, the guy you don't want to throw the football at is Ed Reed. I want you to see his reaction, okay? Watch him down here, and then watch him react back to the football. When the crossing route is there, he almost picks his pocket, even though that wasn't his man. That is so Ed Reed, except for the finish. Usually, Brad, he catches it and takes it the other way.
57 times he's caught and gone the other way in his career. Third down. Smith sacked 7 times already, avoids the rush temporarily, and now down he goes and the ball comes out. Suggs with his second sack of the night.
And they're forcing him out of the pocket so quickly. The problem is from the backside, Suggs is probably faster than Alex Smith. So Suggs is up over on this side. The pressure, he's going to chase him down and try and strip him right there. Ball comes out. Fortunately for San Francisco, it came out on the sideline and out of bounds.
Second straight 3 and out for the Niners. Not what they needed. And number 55 having an all-pro type night.
If there's a Defensive Coach of the Week award, I'm nominating Chuck Pagano.
Lee punch from his own end zone. Webb waits under it at the 34-yard line. Ladarius Webb gets to the 40, maybe the 41. 7:26 remaining. Ravens have got the ball. They've got a touchdown lead courtesy of a great defense tonight. 13-6, the Ravens lead. They got the ball at the 40-yard line. Mike, you said to me during one of the timeouts, the only person that would like to see overtime is probably Jackie Harbaugh, John and Jim's mom. They got the jersey split in half. There's the Harbaughs, and their 50th wedding anniversary is tomorrow.
How cool.
Everything be more in sync. Thanksgiving, Suns making NFL history. Happy 50th anniversary, Jack and Jackie, tomorrow.
Happy anniversary, and just what a great night with the Harbaugh family welcoming us into their house here on Thanksgiving evening.
Pretty big house. A lot of people. Here's Ray Rice. Got 4. And now the clock is a factor. And the Ravens with the football with 7:15 remaining, and they will milk it for all it's worth.
Ray Rice, 18 carries. Ricky Williams, 5. They're continuing to push the pile. Brad, you thought they got a bad mark last time. And as you said, the clock at 7 and rolling. San Francisco is going to have to make a play pretty soon.
Yeah, they are. 4-0 on the road. That's in jeopardy. Rice tried to stiff arm his way outside. And nice open field tackle by Carlos Rogers.
And that's one where I rarely criticize Ray Rice. I'd like to see him stay vertical on that one. I thought he had a chance to pick up some more yardage. And we talked earlier in the year about his patience and his running back coach, Wilbert Montgomery. And when we met with him, I said, did you ever watch tape of Wilbert Montgomery? Because, man, that's a guy that could play for the Philadelphia Eagles. And he said, I watched a lot of his tape. But what I really appreciated, you know what a great runner he was. But I love watching him catch the football out of the backfield. And I've learned a lot by watching him.
On 3rd and 4. Joe Flacco out to Rice and right on cue with a reception, the first down, and more. Pickup is 16.
See the smile? And again, we just talked about this young man as a receiver. Watch him sneak out of the backfield and win. You've got to win quickly, which he does on a linebacker. Navarro Bowman's got no shot at him. Quick breakout, keeps his feet. Gifted young man and one of the toughest players in the National Football League. I'm not even going to say pound for pound, just one of the toughest players.
Back to Ricky Williams, and Williams blasts his way to the 25.
Brad, I hate to overdo this, but we've talked about it for 4 quarters. Winning in the 4th quarter, the battle of attrition, the offensive line. Watch the zone scheme. We're all just going to step this way and watch him take it in and then cut it right off. Matt Burke right there. The backside with Michael Orr. That's phenomenal.
Well, they're in field goal range already. Any kind of points here, the way their defense has played tonight, and it's going to be tough sledding for the 49er offense if they even get the ball back.
But remember, we're in that 4 to 5 minute range. Joe Flacco's got to milk the clock. It's down to 4.
On first down, Ricky Williams again. 3 yards. And we're down to 4.5 to play.
Vontae Leach just road graded another defensive player. Watch the fullback, folks. Okay, this is why Ray Rice or Ricky Williams loves this guy. Linebacker comes up in the hole. What do? You turtle him.
He led the way for Arian Foster in Houston for a number of years, and now here doing the same thing for Ray Rice and Ricky Williams.
And I don't know if people are sitting at home complaining it's not a high-scoring game. This is as much fun as I've had in years. This is really cool.
Rice on the inside, 2 more tough yards. And again, the clock is definitely becoming a factor. Even though the 49ers have all their timeouts, they trail by a touchdown, and the Ravens are driving for more. Got a 3rd down upcoming. Joe Flacco has hit 6 different receivers on 3rd down. As you look at Cam Cameron, and he's got to be happy with the way his quarterback has played tonight.
I enjoyed our conversation with him, Brad, when he talked a little bit about the legacy of defense here and really no appreciation of what they're trying to get done on the offensive side.
They pick up this 3rd down. It's going to chew up more clock. They won't get it. They're going to lose a yard. Rice hit by Smith. And now the 49ers are going to take a timeout. One of the 3 they got. Jim Harbaugh trying to cling to the hope that he can come from behind and tie this thing up. Stay with us when the game ends. Rich, Dion, Marshall, Steve, and Michael will be live on the field breaking down the action, complete with highlights and player interviews. Kay Jewelers post-game show immediately following tonight's game, and we'll hear from both Harbaugh brothers. One's going to be happy, one's going to be sad. Ray Lewis not playing tonight, but he has kept his troops alive over there on the sideline.
Ness, why do they get to say the Puddin' Pie Award winner? Don't we get one of those?
I don't know. Maybe we get our own pie later.
All right, cool.
Billy Cundiff hit from almost the exact same spots earlier in the game. 39-yard field goal attempts to try to make it a 10-point game. Cundiff, kick on the way. Perfect. And now the 49ers really have their work cut out for them.
Brad, let's talk a little bit about why, okay? You're going to assume Cundiff's going to kick this into the end zone. T. Suggs is pumped. We call him Sizzle. You got 3 minutes and 10 seconds. 2 timeouts left. You've got to score twice, correct? Right. You haven't been able to protect your quarterback all night long. You've got to find a way to get the ball out of his hands, but it's got to be down the field because you got to score twice.
16-6, 3:10 left. Mentioned Ray Lewis on the sideline, keeping Suggs and company abreast of the action.
Hunt! 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 Don't stop Hunt! Don't stop Hunt! So you got him up on your wall.
Don't stop hunting until it's taxidermy time. This Saturday, special edition of Sound FX brings you all the access to this game. Exclusive wired sound from the players and coaches you've never experienced. A game like this. Sound FX 49ers Ravens Saturday at 8 on NFL Network. That's just a little taste of what you hear on both sidelines from coaches and players on this Thanksgiving night matchup of brothers. A kick return would be helpful. A positive start for the next drive, but the kick is deep. He's going to try it anyway. Ted Ginn will bring it from 6 yards deep. Ted Ginn Jr. Got across the 30. Boy, a couple more guys, and we might have had some excitement. He got 38 yards. The way it was. 8 sacks by the Ravens defense is a season high, and the franchise record is only 1 more. And that guy's led the way. Suggs. And this guy's been the recipient, unfortunately. If you're a 49er fan, Alex Smith.
What a great game plan by Chuck Picano. Remember, Adam Snyder, the starting right guard, has been out the entire second half. Shiloh Rachal, the backup, former second-round pick, has taken over, and they have completely overwhelmed them in the pass rush game.
49ers have had an offensive first down since 10 minutes remained in the third quarter. Here they come after Smith again, and down he goes, and that ties a Raven record, and it's Suggs again. Boy, that pudding pie award is starting to look like number 55s.
Guys, this is maximum protection, and they still, look what they got here. 2 tight ends, they're both staying in. A running back, you got to go with, that's 8-man protection, and they still can't protect them.
Terrell Suggs playing like the all-pro that he is. Smith across the middle. That's Hunter on the run. Picked up 13. And the clock winding down to 2.5 minutes.
They got to get set quickly. Good job by Smith stepping up in the pocket, getting the check down, but you got to move quickly, fellas.
2 timeouts for the 49ers. A 2-minute warning will stop it for them. And more importantly, they need to pick up the first down. And almost intercepted, broken up, intended for Crabtree. And now it's 4th down.
Just cannot protect the quarterback. 3-man rush this time. It's still a heavy rush. Good job by Ladarius Webb breaking on the football.
49ers are going for it.
Have to. Ball game right here, Brad Nessler.
4th down and 4. They've got to get to the 41-yard line.
He's blitzed all night long. I don't know why Chuck Pagano wouldn't zone blitz him again.
Who's got number 55? He's in his track stance. Smith, empty backfield. 4th down. Quick throw is complete. Is it a first down, though?
Yeah, he gave it to him.
They gave it to him. Braylon Edwards, that's his first catch of the night, but boy, is it a big one.
4-man rush, no blitz. Laid off. Allowed him to complete it in front of them. Good tackle. Ooh, that's close. That is really close to that yellow line.
2 minutes remaining, 4th quarter, 10-point game. Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Pizza Hut's new Big Dinner Box. Get all your favorites in one epic box. And by Mercedes-Benz. Experience truly great engineering today at your Mercedes-Benz authorized dealer. Rich.
Yeah, I'm down here on the field, Brad, with the puddin' pie right over here. And that's what's coming up on the K Jewelers post-game show. The complete reaction from the complete Harbaugh family And I think T. Sizzle has been playing like he wants this pie.
I think so too. Number 55 can probably eat that in one entire sitting. John Harbaugh has challenged the spot on that pass completion to Braylon Edwards. We'll find out if he wins it or not when we come back. Here's another look at the catch by Braylon Edwards and the spot that he gets and the reason John Harbaugh is challenged.
Remember, the yellow line's virtual reality. It's not official. He's right on top of it. However, the spot was a good 2 feet
After
beyond
reviewing
that.
the play stands as called. On the field. Baltimore will be charged with the timeout.
So that means Baltimore charged with a timeout. They're down to 1. And the drive continues.
The reason that was worth it, though, Brad, is obvious, right? If they win it, the game's over.
Yeah. So first down, 49ers. We're not done yet. 2 minutes remaining. Niners have 2 of their timeouts left. The game has been a game of defense. The Ravens defense have the ability, as they've done all night, to stop the 49ers. Smith got away from the rush this time, and he got 3 or 4 yards out of it.
Brendan, Dedejo did a great job. He's a nickel linebacker making that open field tackle, and because he got him down in bounds, clock keeps rolling.
The wide receivers for the 49ers have really been a non-factor tonight, with the exception of the one that was called back, the 75-yarder to Ted Ginn due to an illegal block. Smith just has to get rid of this one.
I don't know. That didn't get to the line of scrimmage.
And I don't think he got out of the pocket either, did he?
And was there a receiver in the area?
There's the
flag. There it is.
Lost it down.
And that's going back to what you said a minute ago about receivers and lack of production.
Intentional grounding. Number 11. Quarterback is in the pocket.
It all starts up front. And this is a jailbreak. They're bringing 4 guys, Brett.
A loss of down.
Look at that.
Third down.
I mean,
pressure's been relentless.
It's been relentless. They've played so well up front. That time it was Kruger. 2 of my favorite players on tape were Kruger and McPhee. 2 young guys that have made a difference. But of course, T. Sizzle's been there all night long and for the last 9 years.
And as Rich said, that pudding pie might be Terrell Suggs. I remember Ed Reed telling us he's going to eat with the family tonight, and he said, I'm having sweet potato pie. It's going to be a lot sweeter if they win the game. And out to the 40 is Davis, who's been shut out this half until right there.
They can't protect him well enough to even get the football down the field to challenge the defensive backs.
Charge team, timeout.
Timeout.
San Francisco.
At 1:21.
30-second timeout.
The 49ers are down to a timeout.
I'm giving the pudding pie the whole front. Forget one guy. The whole front gets pudding pie, and it's on Mayock.
10-point game with 1:21 remaining. Next week, we're going to be in Seattle. LeSean McCoy and the Eagles, boy, they're hanging on by a thread trying to stay in the playoff hunt. They go to a tough place to play where Marshawn Lynch and the Seahawks lay in wait. Eagles, Seahawks next Thursday, 8 Eastern on NFL Network.
But Brad, that division's in an uproar now. All of a sudden, Dallas is on fire. They won again today. New York in a tailspin with a tough game this weekend. Philly's just got to keep hanging in there.
4th down and ball game. Smith.
Drop.
In and out of the hands of Ted Ginn. It would have been a first down.
That's a good throw by a quarterback that's been brutalized all night long, and Ted Ginn unforgivably drops the football.
Even without their fearless leader, Ray Lewis. And there's Ed Reed, the guy they say is second in command when Ray's not on the field. And I think third in command is Terrell Suggs tonight.
I think you're right. Here's Ted Ginn working on the rookie first-round pick. I like the fact that Smith laid off him a little bit.
Can't throw it any better now.
You got to catch the football. That's unforgivable right there. Hit him between the 1 and the 9.
Sort of leaned back to the middle of the field to try to use his body to shield the defender and didn't catch the ball. And now Joe Flacco takes a knee. And the older Harbaugh is a little over a minute away
30-second time
from standing a little taller next to little brother. And it's only going to be the 2nd loss of the season for the 49ers. And you know what? Who's got it better than us? You always say that to me.
I do.
Going to be nobody, the Ravens are going to say. Nobody. And I saw a sign earlier that said, "We have the better Harbaugh," and it was written in purple. I don't think either one of them are very bad. They're both good.
Look at the sideline. And they all know, no matter how much John and Jimmy told us all week long, it was about their players. It was about the respective franchises. At the end of the day, there's some sibling rivalry.
Yep. Jim said to us, you know, it's just too self-centered to keep talking about my brother and myself. It's my team against his team. And John admitted to us, you know, it has been rough. It's been rough on Jimmy. It's been rough on me. There's been a lot of buildup since the schedule came out way back months ago. Everybody looked at this game and said it's going to be history. But then more importantly, they both came in as divisional leaders, and that made it that much bigger tonight. So one Harbaugh is going to be happy. I know Jack and Jackie are down somewhere the bowels of the stadium watching this, and they can only be happy for the oldest son. The youngest son's going to have a long trip home, but still, he's got a great football team, and he's got the second best team in the NFC.
Let's check this out here. This has got to be sweet.
16-6, Ravens win as the brothers will meet at midfield.
I'm proud of you too. I love you too. You're great to come here.
Quick hug. And it seemed like Jim said, "I love you too." I think that's what he said.
I love you too. You guys played well. And man.
Well, that's what you say to your brother on Thanksgiving.
I love you.
Love you. Love the game. Hard hitting. In the end, the Ravens had a little bit more than the Niners. And they go to 8-3, and that keeps them in first place in the AFC North. The Niners, even with a loss, still in first place and close to clinching in the NFC West. Tough ball game on this Thanksgiving night. John just a little bit greater than Jim this particular occasion. Got to have a mathematician in every crowd.
Nice job by you too. You even dropped taxidermy in there earlier.
What a night. Yeah, a historic night, and it's been fun that we got Mike and Alex and our whole crew have been part of it.
Yeah.
A hard-fought 10-point win.
Anything else now with it? Yeah, great. All right, great.
The long week and the long wait is over for the Harbaugh brothers. And John, the older by 15 months, ends up 10 points better. That's all he needed. Thursday night football and disappointment on one side, jubilation on the other. We'll be back in a minute. The Cade Jewelers post-game show featuring highlights, analysis, interviews, and the press conferences. You want to stick around, you'll hear from both Harbaugh brothers. One happy, one team not so much. That's going to do it for Mike, Alex, and I. Stick around, everybody.